Hey, this is a foreigner in the Philippines. It's a late night meandering, I guess. I'm just looking at the ever popular, ever interesting idea of what's the difference between how we as Westerners operate and how the Filipinos operate, you know? And one of the jokes I always think of, which covers the kind of expressions that we use as Westerners or as foreigners, and that what we perceive as the lack of expression with a Asian person is, I always think about the two Asian guys that are walking along, and there's a foreigner coming towards them. Well, anyway, the foreigner approaches and passes them, and one Asian guy, one Chinese guy, says to the other, they're not actually that bad looking, are they? And his friend says, nah, too scrutable for my liking. Well, that brings us to talking about expressions. Now, expressions are one of the reasons that the internet is so fraught with the danger of misunderstandings, is because when you say something which is actually quite funny, that's why they have all these little emoticons and smiley faces and LOL and LOOOOL, and all of that, and laughing my rear end off. It's not quite put like that, but that's what it means, because of the potential for misunderstanding in the absence of expressions. But one of the other things that is very much prevalent in misunderstandings is that sarcasm, which, and I'm talking now, I'm not talking about something that is viciously sarcastic, you know, it's like, oh yeah, well, you would say that, wouldn't you, pretty boy? We're not talking about something like that. We're talking about something where people say, I mean, for instance, if I'm up early and nobody's made any breakfast, being a foreigner, I don't just say, can we have some breakfast, please? I'll probably adopt an expression like this, and I'll go, is there the slightest chance that somebody may have thought of making breakfast? And in the Philippines, it's completely wasted, because what will happen is Beth or Nana will say no. So your whole set of theatrics, your one-act playlet, has all been completely wasted. So look at all the expressions. Now, if you want to know just how many expressions you go through which you don't actually realize, go to the bathroom mirror, face away from the mirror, and then adopt an expression that you know, well, think of the emotion. So you're going to look away from the camera and you're going to say, very unhappy. And then you'll get the impression, you'll get the expression. What? And then you'll get that, what's the other expression, you know? I really don't want to do this, but I'll do it. The other one, the martyr. But you're robbed of all of these expressions because they don't mean anything to a Filipina. I can come up with, I mean, for instance, I won't do it on the desk, but what about tapping the fingers when you're tired of waiting. And it's all in the expression. Now, with children, I was often called upon to play the part of the zombie or the vampire. And children would then see the expression which they've seen a million times before and shriek in terror and run away. But you were asked to do it. So what did you do? You did what Spencer Tracy did in Jekyll and Hyde, and you do the eyes. Now, whenever you see a crazy person being acted on film, it's always the eyes. They always go, like this. Well, Spencer Tracy did one eye. When he changed from Dr. Jekyll, who was the good guy, Spencer Tracy became Mr. Hyde, and he always had one eye that went up like this. I can't actually do the one eye thing, but he had it off like that. And that told you that he wasn't he wasn't Dr. Jekyll, he was Mr. Hyde. So whenever I did the zombie where you're chasing someone and it's that funny thing where you're going at 1 mile an hour, going like this, and the children are running away like rabbits, and they're scared. Or that woman on the movies where she's being chased by a zombie through the forest, and she's running away, she's miles ahead, and then she falls on her face. I never quite got that. What do actresses think of when they worked out that would make sense? So I'd be asked to do the zombie, and I would go, and children love to be terrified by that. So when you get over here, before you come, if you really want to communicate, you can make sure that you go to the bathroom mirror and look away, think up as an exercise, think up the emotion, think up temper, or very happy, or very impatient. That's one like that. The other one is one that my mother gave me that I've never been able to rid myself of. When I said something that wasn't true, and she would see through me, she would say, "Yes, I believe you. Thousands wouldn't." And I catch myself using that one. It's awful. You know, the look. And Filipinos don't seem to do that. So when you do all of these expressions, you're on your own. And nobody knows what... They're all looking at each other and go, why is he doing that? Why is he pulling that face? So, got to get rid of the faces. This has been a little rant on exercising the face in expressions which will carry you no further than the end of your nose in the Philippines. This is a foreigner in the Philippines. Bye for now.